It is 2025 and WWE games still do not have consistent, reliable servers, and that is a problem in its own. If you go back all the way to 2K15, I feel like that's when the problems actually started, because I don't remember having an issue prior, and I remember very much so being able to get through my matches real smooth. Now, before we go on ahead and get into it, I do want to point out that the servers this year are better, but they're not as consistent or reliable as they should be in the year of 2025, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys have been enjoying the content. Let's go on ahead and get into it. Before we begin with the bad, I just want to point out that when it comes down to one-on-one matches, the servers actually hold up pretty well. You get the one-on-one matches, not a lot of input delay, just a smooth match as you're playing. I play a lot of my faction, and that just revolves around online one-on-one matches. Majority of the problems, aside from online gameplay, stem from multi-man matches. And sometimes even the multi-man matches, I haven't really experienced the button delay that we were getting, you know, the past couple years, where it felt like you had to press something a couple seconds before the move was going to happen. That way you had a chance at reversing it. This year is very much on point, if I'm being honest, and it feels much better. But again, the inconsistencies are what's messing up the game. So when we talk about inconsistencies, we talk about the servers. You go in a match and it just sits there in an infinite loading screen that will sometimes start the match and sometimes will not start the match. And that's just the beginning of everything, man. The match will go perfect, and after a certain time, there could be something in the match that's done that triggers a random disconnect between all of the players. And with the last patch, they did fix a lot of things as well, including when a player leaves the lobby no longer breaks and just cancels out. That was a thing before the patch, where someone couldn't leave the lobby or else the match was just going to go to crap right then and there. So again, there are a lot of improvements that they have done, but I still can't wrap my head around how inconsistent these servers are. Multi-man matches, it seems to struggle, and as you guys saw, I pointed out one-on-one matches being very good. Those multi-man matches definitely struggle when you go in there with 4 or 5 people. They do work from time to time, but they do disconnect a lot from the experience that I've had, and I feel like that is one of those things that definitely needs to improve, because one-on-ones are fun, but like, come on now, triple threat, fatal 4-ways, 6-man, like that is what makes the game fun online, especially when you have a couple buddies as well to go on ahead and play with that. And a lot of people may not be experiencing what we're experiencing when it comes down to private matches, but if you do go in an online lobby, I feel like that's where a lot of the problems are at. If you look at a comparison from how stacked servers were back in the day, you know, 14, 13, 12, and you look now, the online lobbies are not really getting used as much as they once did, and that's because of how the servers are now. And back then, I remember being able to go in there, play my matches, just have fun, and go in online lobbies and just put belt to ass on people. Nowadays, it's just really tough to give off that same story. Now, some glitches that are ruining the gameplay, at least for me, and they may not be glitches to you guys, they may just be spam moves. Now, the sledgehammer spam, where you can go on ahead and taunt somebody to get up, yes, you can go on ahead and reverse it, but the reverse window definitely has to be up just a little bit more on that, because it is crazy how you can go on ahead and hit somebody with that, and it's just like a quick reverse button, especially when you're online. As good as the input, you know, delay is, and just being able to do certain things real quick with the remote, there's still a little bit of delay sometimes, and especially when the reverse button comes up just like this and now it's gone right away, that's definitely a move that can be spammed a lot. The submission glitch, that is something that I definitely call a glitch, because I was going into my faction matches doing a couple moves and putting people in a submission hold after it was done to me. I wanted to go on ahead and check out how this worked, and it literally looked like the controller just stopped working when someone did it to me. I was about to get out the submission, and then all of a sudden it just started going up. I started questioning, did my controller just break? So that is something that is definitely wrong with the game, and you guys can go on ahead and try it for yourselves. I mean, I'm not trying to spread toxicity out here, but I think that'll be a quick way for them to fix it, honestly. The pin bar glitch, it does look like the ref will go down a count, and then they'll also stop counting, and then the game will just freeze. That's something that's wrong, and it definitely has to get fixed when it comes down to it. I had a couple of online players who have been tagging me for a while now. I wanted to make this video for y'all so you guys know, you know, that I got y'all in mind, bro. I play online as well. I know what it is you know, to disconnect from a match and feel annoyed. I may not feel the pain that you guys feel every day because I don't play multi-man matches every day, and that's just the reality of it. But again, these are all things that are wrong with the online gameplay. The Royal Rumble still does not work as intended, according to a lot of these players that I've spoken to. And again, man, I just want a really good online experience. It's felt like for the past couple years, that online experience has just not been there. And that's just one thing that I think that is very important and integral to a WWE game. It feels like online was put on the back burner till this year. And the one thing that I do want to talk about is the island. Now, the island, it does feel good when you hop into a match. I'm not disagreeing with that whatsoever, but there is a reason why there isn't more than one-on-one matches, obviously. And I think the reason why, aside from them not being maybe able to get it in the game at the time, is how reliable the servers are. There must have been something where they noticed, hey, this isn't gonna work for these servers, and that's that. And again, that's just me assuming. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and that's that. But I just feel that the island, part of the reason why it is failing, to me at least, is because there is no way to get multi-man matches. You have a online lobby where you can invite your friends, but you can't do nothing but just wrestle your friends. If I want to wrestle my friends, I'll go to the online servers and just do a quick online lobby and do that. But again, man, I just feel like there are missed opportunities in these games. And honestly, this year's game, to me, one of the funnest. I'm enjoying it so much. But when it comes down to the online, when it was something that was so heavily talked about, I feel like that was the letdown. If this wasn't promoted as much and didn't leave people with high hopes, I feel like, all right, you know, they didn't really talk about it too much, so okay, even though it's bad. But the way it was spoke about, you know, with the island coming out and just all these different features, I just thought that online servers was going to be 1 to a million compared to what we've had the past couple years. Now, with that being said, I don't know if these games have dedicated servers. I believe NBA 2K has a dedicated server. I don't know if the WWE games just audience and the player base is big enough to invest in a dedicated server if we don't have one, because I don't think we do, if I'm being honest. I definitely think that that's something hopefully the company can look into, to getting us the best servers possible, man, because at the end of the day, all we want to do is just enjoy the game, especially online. That's some of the funnest parts for people. You know, I would love an online experience where back in, I believe, SmackDown versus Raw 2008 or 07, you was able to create your own belt as you were winning matches, and then you would lose it, and it would just be cool things like that. I would personally like to see something like that in the game, and just, again, just full attention to detail on online servers, because again, they're much better this year, but they're not perfect. And I think a lot of players are getting exhausted because of the constant inconsistencies within servers throughout the last decade. Let me know how you guys feel down below about the game thus far and the servers. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys have been enjoying the content. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.